Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Inside the Cougar Den. Today we're joined by Emma Cooney from the softball team.
Hi.
Emma, it's a pleasure to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
And it's been a very, very big week. Let's start with the biggest story. It is your birthday. That's not the big story. But on your birthday, the NCAA announced the softball D2 postseason field, with Caldwell getting the fourth seed in the East Regional.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be postseason bound?
It feels really good. We've been working hard all season long, so to get this opportunity to play in the postseason is just a great feeling, knowing that we've put in all this work and now we're getting rewarded for that.
And looking at our half of the bracket, it's all teams that we played against, with Adelphi hosting, St. A's in the opening round, and then Pace as well rounding out our fourth pod. What are some of your thoughts on those teams, what do you remember in our games against them?
Well, we're going to be playing against St. A's in the first round, and we played them in Florida. That was our last team that we played before we came back here. I remember it being a good game. Our bats were on fire. We were ready to go. And I think we're just going to bring that same type of energy to that game, especially after the CACC tournament. We're ready to go.
You kind of just talked about how St. A's, that was our last game in Florida. That was the beginning of the season, and now we're in the postseason. Have you seen this team grow and change since then?
Yeah, I think we've gotten a lot more confident. I think we've gelled really well as a team, and we all want to win, and we all want each other to do well so that we do win.
Now backtracking to the beginning of the week when the conference announced the All-Conference honorees, you got first team. What did it mean to you to see your hard work pay off with first team honors?
It felt great. Obviously, it's always great to get an accolade, being acknowledged for an accomplishment. But at the end of the day, all that matters is if I show up for my team and if my team shows up for me and if we put all those little pieces together and win. So it feels great, but I just want to win. I want my team to win.
Absolutely. And then following that, we went to the CACC Championship. Didn't get to finish play there, but that second day ended on a high note, 7 home runs over 3 games. 6 in the 2 that counted, with one against Wilmington that got canceled. What was finally clicking for us on that last day?
I think it was just our energy. We knew that we had one loss. We were playing to win, and that was it. That's all we could do, was just swing the bat, play aggressively, play passionately, and win. And we put all those little pieces together, and there was nobody that was going to beat us on that day, in that moment, because all we wanted to do was win, especially for the seniors who are going to be leaving. This was what we were playing for. We were playing for a CACC championship. So we were unstoppable that day. And if we would have gotten to finish that game, I think we would have won it.
I do as well. And then when we talked about the postseason field, in our top half, there was no CACC foes, Wilmington or Georgia Core. They're in the bottom half. Mm-hmm. How does the potential of a super regional showdown with one of them giving us a little extra fire to get through our half of the bracket?
Yeah, anytime you see a team that you've seen multiple times later in postseason, there's always that little bit of a rivalry. For me personally, there's nobody else I want to beat more than somebody who is in our conference and that has beaten us before, especially since Georgian was given the CACC championship because they were the one seed in the undefeated team after it was canceled. We were playing against Wilmington and we were in the middle of losing when the game got canceled. So I think we have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder going into postseason, specifically because we know we're going to end up seeing at least one of them.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
Regionals begin on Thursday at Adelphi. Times will be announced later in the week.
Perfect.